Okay, welcome everyone. I am happy to have with us company today, and we have a special program. We're going to be talking about MASA, and you've heard about MASA before. It's a medical transportation. Sometimes I see it as some sort of a medical and health insurance policy, quote unquote, and so and I'm happy that you're here with us, Mr. Gordon, because I think back in the day, you're one of the first persons, your company, that we interviewed on this program, and I had this very question in terms of how do we draw the line between the two. So I'll be happy to ask you that question also. But welcome to you. And we'll be talking to just now. So this is Mr. George Gordon. He's the sales manager at MASA here in Grenada. And then later on, we'll be talking to sales agent, Miss Janelle Jessime. Mr. Gordon, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me, Mikey, and good afternoon to all your listeners and viewers. Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit.
Right. So let's start from the beginning. Who is MASA? What it is that you do?
Okay, so as you correctly stated, MASA is all about medical transportation. So there's that in small islands or small countries that have limited medical facilities to handle major illnesses and injuries like brain aneurysms, strokes, cancer-related illnesses, etc. You need to get to hospitals that could handle those sort of illnesses or injuries. So MASA comes in because most persons probably don't know, but if you're seriously ill, you can't just jump on a commercial flight and go overseas for treatment. You definitely need to go on what is called an air ambulance. And an air ambulance can cost anywhere between 25, 20,000 US dollars, which most people don't have. So MASA is, as you said, it sounds like insurance, but it's not. It actually complements your health insurance. But it makes sure that you have access to the best hospitals throughout the Caribbean and the US. That's the best way to think about it.
And I think it's a good time to step into the benefits of the insurance company. Of
Right.
See again here, because I listen anyway. So let's go. So talk to us about the benefits of MASA, because that's how I would like to be part of this, because I want to know how would MASA serve me.
Right. So, say the average person has their health insurance policy. Some do have medical transport benefits, some don't. But it generally operates on what you call a co-insurance factor, 80/20. And there's also a limit as to how much your insurance would pay towards an air ambulance. Also, you don't want something like that coming out of your major medical. You want the bulk of your major medical to go towards your major surgeries. By having MASA as a complement, you make sure that you have access to an air ambulance, and I'll describe a little bit about how it works a little later. But no matter the cost, we take care of it 100%. We have a 24-hour emergency team that is on standby to assist and to mobilize and get persons to the best hospital that they need to get the treatment that they need. So, for example, if someone was sick and you're at the general hospital and the doctor says that the treatment you need is not available locally, our 24-hour transport team and the doctor would have a conversation. They look at the closest specialized facility that could handle the emergency. And then once one is identified, the hospital has to accept you overseas, first of all, and then MASA would carry out the medical transport. We'd organize and pay for any cost of the ground ambulance from the hospital to the airport. And then, say, for example, if you're going to Trinidad, we'd also organize from Trinidad. Once you get to Trinidad, we organize a ground ambulance from the airport directly to the hospital. So the air ambulance itself has a medical team that would be taking care of the patient along the way, making sure that they're stable, give them whatever medication, and they're sitting around the patient. They also have access to what we call escort transportation, where a family member would be able to travel on the air ambulance with the patient. Remember why it's so expensive? Because it's an air ambulance with a medical team, equipment, and so on, and you're not sharing that transportation cost between 100, 200 passengers. This is a plane that's coming for you specifically with your illness. Every medical transportation is specific to the injury or illness that may occur. Could be spinal injury, could be a child. Different medical staff and equipment is specific to the actual situation that is occurring.
So it's a
Right.
specialized service for
So
you. You're not gonna be
definitely.
sharing no space with nobody.
No, no. right?
Okay,
So
great.
we do give priority to the medical staff and equipment and everything else and taking care of you. And remember,
R-
this is something that is supposed to be taken care of within a few hours. When somebody is in an emergency situation and they have damaged organs or brain aneurysm and so on, the sooner you get to a hospital that could take care of you, the better. Right?
Right. You said, I think I heard you say that your endeavor is to get them to the closest hospital that
Right.
can take care of them, right?
Right. So from Grenada, the closest trauma centers generally is Trinidad. So hospitals in Trinidad, Barbados, we've gone to Puerto Rico, Martinique, or even the US at times. Right. So it all depends on what you need and also whether there's a bed available on the other side at the hospital and whether there's a specialist available.
All right. So is it not a
So
case
all that
where
has to come.
it's not a case where people could say, okay, I want to go to the US, I want to go to there, I want to go to there. Is that
Emergency is quite different from a vacation situation. So we look at all the important factors and make sure you can get to the best hospital that could treat you at the fastest time, which is generally the closest one that could take care of your emergency.
right? And there's a serious need for that, not just Grenada by any means, but we're talking about the wider Caribbean, where we see that we just lack of resources, a lot of the needed resources, and I guess because sometimes the demand is not there, and that is where MASA
Right.
makes it necessary. That's where MASA comes in. That hey, we understand that Grenada probably would not have certain facilities because we have not had situations like that in a while. So it is understandable that you would find other Caribbean islands where this happens a little more often, in Barbados, Trinidad, Puerto Rico, as you're saying, where they are going to be better able to serve those needs. And that is why MASA is making it so easy and not just easy, affordable. We're going to be talking about the prices in a while because when I first
Yes.
heard about this, I thought, okay, that's going to cost some money. But really and truly, it is very affordable if you ask me. So,
Right.
listeners and viewers, just stay tuned. We're going to talk about the prices of those services in a moment. So, here we have MASA, and MASA is going to take care of your needs when you need to travel. And that's your primary focus to travel from outside of Grenada to another destination.
Right, right, Mikey. And the transportation may take different forms. So the admitting physician and the doctor on our end in Grenada here would advise our medical team the mode of transportation. For example, it may be an air ambulance, as we said before, which is the most severe case. It may be helicopter transport, right? It may be a commercial flight. It may be a paramedic assisted medical flight, which means that you can go on a regular flight but have a medical person travel on the commercial flight with you. So it all depends on the situation that you're in, how sick you are, what mode of transportation that you need.
Got you. So those situations are going to be evaluated because if you have a
Right.
problem, if you have a particular problem that is not as severe, you could simply take a commercial flight the same day, the next day, 2 days later, and get to your
Right.
destination because it's not that of a severe case, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Right.
Okay. Any other information in terms of the benefits?
Yeah, but just some persons have been with Massa for a long time. I mean, this is I would say a 12th year in Grenada, officially. And for those persons that have been with us for many years, like to let you know that there's some additional benefits, new ones that have come on stream, like the paramedic assisted transportation that I mentioned. We have something called just in case cash, where in the event that you need to be transported by air ambulance, we just hand over 300 US, which again, money always it comes in handy when you may need to do a blood test, organize something for anything.
Just in
So
case,
it's called
cash.
just in case cash, and it means just that for just in case. Doesn't have a specific purpose, but when you have that serious emergency requiring an air ambulance, that is something that we put in place for you. All right.
This reminds me of
Pet
home.
return. Pet return is one that everybody laughs at, but you never know when you're in a situation. Some persons travel with their pets. In the event of a medical emergency, we would get to put the pet back home, so that you don't have to worry about that situation. Um, Quite a number of situations. Worldwide travel ground ambulance in the event that you're outside of the normal coverage area, which is primarily the Western Hemisphere. And we can organize the ground transportation in the event that you need to go from one hospital to the other. Right? So there are quite a number of new benefits. So I'm urging everybody to call in and find out how you can make sure that you have all the benefits that we have on board with us now. Um, I'm not going to hog the interview, so I'm going to leave some information for my colleague, but she'll also tell you about the new packages, the new plans that we offer, and the various prices attached to that.
Thank you very much. As we hand over to our next guest, folks, we are going to be talking to Ms. Janelle Jessime. And Ms. Janelle Jessime is one of the sales agents at MASA. Janelle, welcome to today's program.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, it's a pleasure to have you with us. So now we are going to be talking about some of the new products and the prices, and I know that you have a little price increase that we're going to talk about as well.
Yes.
Okay, so let's take it off.
Well, yes, I am. Yeah, so I'm more than happy to talk about our new plans that we are offering right now. So we have three new plans. I say new because, as Mr. Gordon explained, we have eight additional benefits added. So our first plan, it's called the Caribbean Plus. And as the name suggests, if anything happens and you need to travel, we would fly you to the nearest Caribbean island. We also have the USA Direct Plus. Also, as the name suggests, if anything happens, we fly you to South Florida. You also have the option to stay in the Caribbean on that plan as well. And then this is our newest plan, which gives you a few more benefits. So you have the Caribbean, you have the US, and you also have places like Dominican Republic, Colombia, Jamaica, and so forth on that plan. So it gives you more options.
Nice. With those new plans, what about customers who are already existing? Can they add this onto their existing plan or just move over to these new plans? How does it work?
Okay, so we call it an upgrade. So they are able to upgrade. And if you're a person, well, a customer, sorry, on the, so we had our basic plan before. If you're on the basic plan and one of the agents would explain the new plans that we have, you can upgrade to either one. So you can upgrade either to the Caribbean Plus, the USA Direct Plus, or the Health Choice Plus.
Mm. All right. So, that's interesting. Yeah. So
Yeah.
more, you guys are making it fun. So now you can feel comfortable to know that whether I'm home or I'm somewhere else, and I'm guessing yes, if you're somewhere else, you've traveled, you're not home, you've traveled, something has happened, you need to get an emergency flight to wherever to seek medical attention, that you are going to take care of your customer.
That is correct. So,
Okay. And is that also directly related to the price increase that we're about to talk about as well?
well, not necessarily. In
Okay.
terms of the price constraints,
Mm-hmm.
um, we had a general price increase that doesn't come with any additional benefits. So, for example, if you are a customer on the international basic plan, the price would have moved from $27 to $35.10. So, the customer who doesn't want to upgrade, they still have to come to the office so they can sign up on a form or so to pay the correct price. If you don't sign up on the correct price, then your account would always be lagging behind. So that is why it's important for persons to come into the office so we can have them on the correct price going forward.
Right. Are you in a position to talk to us about, just give us, like, to give us an idea? Because a lot of people would want to know, okay, what kind of prices are we talking about if I am to be a customer and I want to say, okay, I'm starting off on the Caribbean Plus or so. Do you have an idea as to what, or are you in a position to tell us what some of those prices might look like?
Yes. Well, even some more exciting news. To become a master member, you have to pay a registration fee of 162. However, for the month of October, we are waiving that 162. So what is needed is just your monthly payments. So just for the different plans, for the Caribbean Plus plan, if it's a single membership, it's $40.50 monthly. If it's a family, and just explain the family a bit, it means yourself, a spouse, and any amount of children that falls under the age of 18. That's $67.50 monthly for Caribbean Plus plan.
Can I sign up right now? Like now? Can I just like give you my name and like and you promise you're not gonna say,
No,
okay, Mikey, I made a mistake.
no, not at all.
This is amazing. This is
It
amazing for
is.
your entire family.
That is right. 6750.
Okay, okay, that's good. All right. I just wanted an idea. If you want to continue telling us about prices, I mean, I think that's enough for me. But if you want to continue telling us about prices, you could go right ahead. $67.
Yeah. So
Go
for the
ahead.
persons who are interested in the plans like the USA Direct, for a single membership, it's 6750. Family, it's 9450. And for the health choice, it's 108 single membership and 135 for the family.
Okay, help me about the USA Direct because I know earlier I spoke to when we were speaking to Mr. Gordon talking about the USA Direct. Explain the USA Direct a little bit more for me. It's not a case where you could say, okay, if something happens to me, I want to go directly to the US. Does that US plan give you that option?
That is correct. So just to explain that a bit, right? The Caribbean Plus plan is the plan where we fly you to the nearest Caribbean island. So if you're on this plan, you can say, I want to go to the US. But if you are on the USA Direct Plus plan and something happens, the first preference would be to fly that person to the US. But they have the option to stay in the Caribbean as well.
Okay, so you could go back. You can just I understand it now. Okay, pretty cool. $97 you say?
9450.
I'll round it off at 97 because that's still generous. You know what? I'll round it up to 100. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But of course, the regular visa requirement and so on applies, right?
Okay, so in the case of an emergency, right? That's when we're using the air ambulance service. If you have to fly to the US, we would apply for an emergency visa waiver for you. So in that case, you don't need to have a visa because you would apply for the waiver
Okay. Okay.
once it's an emergency.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. I'm just I'm genuinely stunned based on the services that you offer and the price. Because you're telling me for what? Let's see. You say let's start with the Caribbean, right? For $67
Yes.
alone, right? $67 per month for the entire family. Mind you, I'm paying $804 for the year for air
That's correct.
ambulance coverage for my entire
Exactly.
family. That's what you're
Yes.
telling me now. Miss, I just spend that in beers alone in 1 month. You know.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, no, seriously. And a lot of people now, let's be real. Let's be real. We spend, whatever it is we're hanging out with the crew, whether it is we're driving an extra couple miles for no reason at all, you know, we spend that kind of money on things like that we cannot even remember. All right, $804 it secures your entire family. So I think that's cool. That's really cool. All right, and that's what our health we're talking about. Oftentimes we see people raising funds, having motorcades and so on because they have to get monies for their family member to go wherever, and that usually is a lot
Yeah.
of money. So I mean, and if you're having a plan for the family, $67 Caribbean based, why not? Every family, if you ask me, should be able to put aside $67 for that reason. So that's cool. So
Yeah.
how can we sign up? Like we like as soon as possible. Is there a way that we can sign up online, or do we have to come to your office? Where's your office located? What's your contact details?
Okay, well, it's pretty simple to sign up. We have a simple application form, and you can come to the office to sign up. Or if you're unable to come to the office, we can send the forms to you via email. If it's a case where you're, let's say, someone that's bedridden or you don't get out that much, and you want us to come to you, we can do that as well.
Okay. Um, Question. Payment again. Sorry for going back. Right. It's just coming to my head. $67 a month is a little bit of money to pay and to come to your office every month for some people.
That's
Are you allowed to pay quarterly in advance? So, for example, if I'm going to come, I want to pay for a year, or I want to pay for half of the year, or I want to pay for 3 months. Do you allow that as well?
Yes, you are able to pay Well, however you feel comfortable. Also, you have different methods of paying as well. So provide us with your card information. It is entered into a secure system, and every 3 months, if you'd like it that way, your card can be charged. If you want to pay for the year, you can do so. So, and you can also go to the bank, and you can get our banking information and send the payments that way as well. If you don't want to do the cash every month, we try to
Okay.
advise persons to do that.
And your office is located.
Well, the office is located in Grandlands, right next to the Excel Plaza. Our contact number it's 437-5600.
You have a pen, miss? I want you to sign me up today before you
Well,
leave
of
work.
course.
Uh, and here, question. This is going to be the make or breaker here right now, all right? All right. I know you've watched Who Wants to Be a Millionaire program, all right? I'm putting you on the spot, but that's going to be an easy one. If I sign up tomorrow, God's willing, I come, I sign up my family, I make my payment. How soon after that am I covered? Am I
Good
able to
question.
benefit from the services?
Right. So, just to explain that, it's a two-part answer. If you sign up tomorrow and you make your payments and so on, and you have an accident, you qualify for the service immediately. However, if it's a case where you have a pre-existing illness, you would have to wait three
That's
months.
understand. Okay.
Yeah.
Ding 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 ding. All right, you won. Well, that's what any customer or potential customer would like to hear. So there's something that
Yeah.
happened accidentally. You meet in an accident or whatever the case is, you are covered immediately after you have enrolled, after you have signed up. If it's a pre-existing, because you don't want anybody taking advantage of the system as well. If it's a pre-existing
That is
yeah, right situation, then you'll have to wait 3 months before you can benefit from that, because somebody could simply say, well, let me go and sign up, and instead of I pay for that ticket, let me, so we understand that, in all fairness, in all fairness. So, well, that's good. I've heard really good things here on today's program. To be quite honest, I'm very excited about this. I'm happy that we had this program, because I'm going to tell you that I'll be your next customer, my entire family, and I'll probably get others to sign up as well, because this is huge. This is huge. I'll take all the money from below the bed and bring it to MASA, because I think it's a better investment that way, right? Um,
correct.
any any additional information for us tonight?
Well, I just want to advise everyone, as I said, who are members right now, and you're not paying the correct amount, to just come to the office, visit us. You can either upgrade your membership or sign on to pay the correct amount, because you don't want something to happen, and because you were not paying the correct amount, you can't benefit from the service. So let's just get that sorted out. Come in, and we'll handle you nicely.
Okay. I'll see you guys tomorrow, God's willing. Any additional information again before we wrap it up? I don't know, Mr. Gordon. Are we good? We good?
I think we're good. I think y'all covered everything.
All right. Okay. So we're good. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Gordon, and thank you very much as well, Ms. Jessime, for bringing by that information. I think it's welcome information. I see Mr. Sorry for that. I was talking on mute. So I'm saying again, I'm really happy that we did this. This is not a bluff. I will be signing up my family. I'm considering the alternative, where you would have to probably go deep into your savings, if you have that amount of savings, or you have to harass some family members, or worse yet, sacrifice your dignity by going onto the streets and begging people for money so that you can travel yourself or your loved one to get to some needed medical attention. I think this is way a better. This is a way better plan. $67 family wise for the Caribbean, $94, $94.50 for USA Direct. It doesn't get better than this. So I'd like to also encourage the viewers. I'd like to encourage you to please sign up for the thing, man. It's really great. So, Mr. Gordon, again, thank you very much, and Ms. Jessime, thanks as well.
Thank
You're,
you.
you're welcome.
Have
Thank
a
you for
nice
having
evening.
us.
Thank you.
No problem whatsoever. So, folks, this is it. I think this is a really, really good idea. I want you guys to show me your receipt next week. All right, show me your receipt that, Mikey, I've signed up my family, I've listened to the program, and I think this is a really good idea, and we are part of this. All right, I want you all to sign up. Maybe I'll have an incentive as well for somebody who shows me there is, not maybe, I will have an incentive next week for the first person who shows me that you have signed up. I want to see a new customer, a few new customers, right? Because we don't just talk on this program. We want to make sure that we are able to positively impact you. We realize we don't interview every and anybody on the program. But of course, this is important for you. And so we are happy to bring this program to you. And we would like to see that you at least go ahead and sign up. That's going to be a program for today. Have yourselves a good one.